Okay, Hazy and T in the building. We got California rapper RX coming up. If you like what we're doing, you hit the subscribe button.
Yo, it's your boy RX. I only touch greatness and bad bitches, but not hoes that's basic. Salute.
This is the hottest place. The big name interviews in Vancouver with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
Shout out to the young homie RX that he introduced us years ago. RX brought me by your warehouse.
Yeah, you know RX?
Yeah, he's the one that brought me by your warehouse.
Yeah, that's my little guy.
I'm just focused on trying to be the best me. I live my life worrying stress free. I swear I gotta let go of some old habits. Procrastination, I'm a pro at it. My chick always bitching, we always going at it. All the finer things in life, I'm pissed off that I don't have it. I don't wanna do shit lately, just drink and smoke Joe like an addict. Got my feet wet and every beat, yeah, I told. On a $250,000 tour bus, and when you got it like that, everybody on your nuts. But when the show over and the money dried up, that's when you really get to find out the people who behind you. But when you down and out need help, it's hard to find a single soul to do it. Yeah, I've been drinking, yeah, I'm about to lose it. Think about this music, like is it worth it to do it? Like fuck it, I just do it for myself. Like I don't need nobody help. I can sign with a major, but they gon' keep me on the shelf. It's an industry full of punks and they ain't never treat me well. Hip hop without me isn't well. There's no more pox or big L's, just dots and big L's. Fuck that. Listen, I'ma need my money pronto. All I do is count money, fuck bitches and cop songs. Every time I wreck, speak it to function. You know I turn this shit up, it's going down like a drop song. Work up like bus, I will not fold. And I be whipping it up in the kitchen over the hot stove. Smoke ganja like a roster, stay with green in my pocket, so you know that boy got dog. And I'ma go and get it now like fuck later. Freeway money gang, we all the back and funds player. You know I stay blowing loud, dark as Darth Vader. Got a Puerto Rican picture, Mexican black and a Caucasian.
There he is. Hey.
I'm technologically challenged.
Hey, did you hear? Hey, did you hear me? Did you hear me?
I couldn't hear nothing. I just heard you.
All the pretty girls around me, and then we on top. We on top. The man himself. Go ahead.
I appreciate you, and Ryan, I appreciate you wrapping me up, man.
Hey, that's what we do, man. We're all on the same team, anyways. So, bam.
That's right.
Got you.
How's you guys' day going? What's going on with y'all?
Oh, fuck. Good. We just had Glace on like 5 minutes before you, so.
Okay. Shout out to you.
Dude, it was love, man. It was all love, bro. How's your day going? How is your day going, man? You been productive today?
Sick, so I've been getting through that. You know, I had a little cough, and I got my asthma. I be smoking. I'm an idiot, so it's been getting my health back right and correct. So getting back to it.
Yeah, it's good to see you're out of the hospital. So
yeah, you know how to look. I got super dehydrated. My asthma was kicking up, flaring up. So, but yeah, I'm alive and well, back in the flesh.
Perfect. So where did you grow up?
Originally, Cocoa County, Bay Area. Kind of like a nomad though, but all around. I'd say Atlanta and really Long Beach been my second homes. But yeah, mainly Bay Area as a young man. Spent most of my time in Cocoa County. About 5 years on and off, locked up in that area. And then right when I turned 18, moved over to Long Beach. That's when I met up with Rick Ross, and story goes from there.
Yeah, we'll get into that stuff here coming up. Hold on, we gotta say this though, because you said that's what you wanted me to say, RX. If it wasn't for Billy, Uncle Freeway, and Jake, all of them from the whole camp. No, we dedicate this interview to them.
Salute. Hey, B Styles, what up? Rick, what up? Jake, what up? We appreciate all y'all for real.
Man, I was just saying that to Glace that I've met Jake before. We met him at the Hip Hop Awards with B Styles, where I first met B Styles. So, back when Jake used to have.
Where did you guys meet at?
Through B Styles.
Oh, through B2, okay.
Yeah, and I was around with Jake when he used to have the long hair and the big beard and
the dreads.
Yeah.
The dreads. A long time. So.
Right. So at age 20, you signed with Uncle Rick, right?
Yeah, so just around 19 is when we were starting to have those conversations, and I think on paper, legitimately, it was 2011, I think it was 2012. So I was just right around 20 years old, just fresh to get in the game. I had a legend like that in my presence, so I just was honored and blessed, and I had the opportunity to be able to get on his soundtrack. It's called "Cracking the System." It was the documentary was actually on Netflix. So that's me and Crooked Eye, Recognize, Strange Music, and then the homie Adamant.
Even I got a song with Crooked Eye, so that's pretty awesome.
Okay, yeah. Hey, in this game, if you're doing hip hop, you don't have a song with Crooked Eye, you're doing something wrong. Because that boy is the GOAT.
Yeah,
right. Dude's been hot for the longest, bro. And Tim, pretty much, and explain like what was the first song that you do with Freeway? Was it off the Cracking the System, or was it?
That was actually kind of something that So Rick had brought me down to Crooked Studio, actually, and we did a little collaboration. It was me, the homie Strick. We was in a group at the time called Old Souls. And we had basically started there with Crook. And then we did a song that was called Real Hip Hop. We did a little video, like an in-studio video for that. And then, we just went to Lyrical Assassin, which was me and Spice One. That was the next drop. And then we the third one. So these were through Universal. We're RMG, but we were a subsidiary of Universal. So, we had those three. Look for them.
Lyrical Assassin. Actually, I bought Lyrical Assassin too.
Yeah,
I had that
and crazy.
the one with P-Style, and I had the one with I had pretty much all of them. That dropped.
That's the archive, but this new shit, man, it's the next level. I really found myself involved as an artist. Back then I was 19 trying to do rippity rap, and I was emulating other artists and hearing people I liked, and was influenced by people like Talib Kweli, Cool G Rap, to Mac Dre, to your boy, to San Quinn. I mean, just so many different types of styles and hip hop that I grew up on. It took me a long time to really blossom into who I was as an artist.
Did I hear you say your boy?
Yeah, your boy. You remember YB from the Bay? Yes, sir.
Yeah, of course. He's my favorite. YB's my favorite. I've actually interviewed him too, so he's my favorite since Tupac. So
dude's real. Yeah, I think personally he did not get the credibility or the recognition that he deserved. At one point, I was like, man, this dude gonna be bigger than Mac Dre. That's how I was thinking when 05, 06.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then when he changed his name, it kind of, I don't want to say killed his career because he's still doing big major things as Rich Rocka, but
it's the momentum changed, and again, that doesn't transition and translate over to that. I've actually considered myself just going by my real name, Ray Shulman, at that point. But I've been running with the RX thing for so long. I'm like, I think I'm just probably stick with it. So.
And that's the thing.
The merch, we got the shirts now. Also, quick little thing here from my partner. Shout out to the boys over at Hemi.
Oh yeah, got it. Got to put the plug up. Yeah,
on the dark hoodie. I appreciate you, big bro, standing on them. God, how we doing?
I seen you in that yesterday.
What made you want to what's the first thing that actually made you want to do what you wanted to do after all the stuff that you wanted to do? How did you know that you wanted to become a rapper? What was one of your influences?
That's a two-part question. I'd say, for me, or two-part answer. It started because when I was like 6, 7 years old in the car, like my mom, she would listen to rock, hip hop, all types of stuff, and then we started listening to more gangster stuff, and Brother Lynch and Andre Nicotina, and she could name all these rappers, and my brothers were super into rap, so they got me into hip hop by the time I was 5, 6. I was listening to everything from Juvenile, Nas to Biggie. I mean, we had so much different flavor. It wasn't just the Bay Area. It was New York, Chi-Town. Shout out to White Boy James, by the way. He would be okay in them. He actually came up with Legit Ballers, Twista and them. Yeah. So we slapped that, as a young man. So I always was infatuated and loved hip hop. I was a middle class kid, not a gangster at all. You know what I'm saying? Just up to no good. And I loved hip hop. like crazy, you know. So I wound up 12 years old, getting into trouble, getting in the system, and then kind of became part of that life and more into those actions and doing those type of things. You know, I'm 10 years old, smoking bud, 11 coke, and about 12 serving. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, went through the system, and then what really happened. To fast forward to the the 2-part answer. The day that I really knew I wanted to be a professional hip hop artist and run with it, because I've been freestyling since I was like 12, 11, 12 years old. I got on the mic for the first time at 14. But when my mother committed suicide, as a dark place for me, and I was a person that was very uncompassionate. You know, now I'm very empathetic. I don't act like a tough guy and all that. I'm all right. I'm a nice guy. I'm a medicine man. If someone need a fade, I give them the fade. But I'm a nice guy with a big smile. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when my mom's passed and she committed suicide, I would have laughed at people at that. Were like, you a weak ass motherfucker, or you weak. You ain't got no heart if you would do that to your family, right? So that it fucked me up because it had me in a place after she had done that, you know. And I'm just a young man, you know what I'm saying? So my head wasn't good. I'm still on probation, trying to get my life together, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. And there was one song actually by Tech Nine. It's called "Leave Me Alone." That has nothing to do with even that concept. But yes, it's called "Leave Me Alone" with Chris Calico. And it's just something about that song and that energy on that song that just like snapped me out of it. And like, because I was in this dark place for like 3 months where I had become like, yo, I don't want to be here no more. Mom's fucking dipped out on me. Then fuck this shit. I feel empty inside. Like something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And hip hop saved my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's for me. It's like I hate the term rap because people don't realize it. When they say rapper, it's rhythm and poetry. It's an acronym. It's not, you know, people are thinking of maybe of mumble rap or something different. Rap to me is Nas, is Cool G rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tyler Corley, I mean,
Nipsey.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody.
Who in the music industry helped you get your foot in the door?
One more time, brother. I actually couldn't hear you.
Who in the music industry helped you get your foot in the door?
Bub Killer, actually. So shout out Bub Killer. Appreciate you, big bro. It's been a minute. Cuz brought me down from the Bay Area. This is actually where I went and met with Rick for the first time. It was right when he had got out of prison, and I went to his mom's house. This was like, I think 2009. And I was like, hey man, you know, we're doing some music. This was me and my buddy. We're starting a little group up. And you know, he was like, it's cool. I got a lot of other stuff going on though, and you know, circle back with me later. You know, Rick always kept it solid. There's a lot of dudes throughout the years in the industry, so wolf tickets and are real fake, but he one of them few dudes that's just always been just nothing but solid. So, you know, I kept following up with him, and then finally he was like, let's do it. Let's run with it. So we had our good little run there, and then and then I did a venture with BOK. So I got an Elixir album coming out. That's coming out next month. It's gonna have like I think 19 joints hosted by Crooked Eye. We got Twist on there. What else we got? Blaze Conway. Shout out to Blaze Conway. So there's a lot of shit coming this year for sure.
Do you have a favorite song you've ever been a part of?
You know, honestly, it's very hard to say just because I think it changes for me. Like one year I'll go 5 years back and hear some shit that I did from 5 years ago and be like, oh, this shit whack as fuck. Right. At the time, I'm like, oh, this is the hottest shit in the game right now. So right now, I say the dopest joint I think I'm on that's physically out that you could go like Google or Spotify, any of that would be On Top with the Reza Brothers. Shout out to 80. My guy, yeah, that's all you say in the beginning. That's crazy joint.
Wait, but it's crazy because man, we got to talk about. I'm talking about you on top in a minute, but take it back. Which you're doing good on. You actually on Crooked Eye's top list, which that's amazing. You in 80 Empire. Shout out to 80 Empire.
Couldn't have done it without him, man.
How was that? How was that? You know what I'm saying? Being a part of the top list, man, because, you know, and being on Shade 45, shout out to
Yeah.
He gave me a like for his thing on my royalty rules. Like
Those are milestones for me, man. I mean, it's like those type of moments. It's almost like they're surreal. It's like whoa, like this is shit I dreamed of since I was a little kid. So it's like it doesn't even hit you till later. Like when I first seen, that I was on Shade 45.
Right.
And normally he's cutting through the record, scratching on Shade 45. They played that joint the whole way through without the whole song. And then they got Snoop on there. So that was crazy for me. Again, Crooked I is my favorite rapper of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So to be on any list anywhere with Crook, or to even be, like I said, anywhere, I'm humbled, very humble, truly humbled.
Right, amazing. Because
you go back and listen to your old songs ever? I mean,
I tried not to. I mean, if like I'll reminisce sometimes, but I try to usually like I don't like to be stuck in what I've done. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to create new sounds, and like I find that like when I do listen to, like, say if I'm listening to stuff that I was doing a year ago, right, or 6 months ago, my next couple beats, I might think of that same melody like that. So I'm always trying to reinvent like because I actually was always a very like I said, coming up, rippity rap, like lyrical miracle, like trying to rap fast and just like overdo it, as opposed to like just finding the exact cadence and the melody and just like the fit, like make it fit like a glove. So yeah, just for me, it's evolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you always try to keep pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward. And I'm the same way. All my old songs with B Styles and my guys, I go back and listen to them, but at the same time, I'm also not doing music anymore, so I'm kind of, it doesn't affect me. But so.
Well, you sent me that link. I'm gonna check that out. Cause I was seeing, I was looking at the channel earlier, and I saw some old joints from B from like 8 years ago. So
yeah, those are our old songs that we used to do together. But I was just an A&R, like I just kind of middleman them with my artists from Vancouver who now live in Chicago. But
yeah, and 80 Empire, they're actually from Toronto, so I think they live out in Niagara Falls. But yeah, Canada, man. Crazy talent. I'm not as much into the KOTD, these days, but I was a huge fan of KOTD. You know what I mean? Mad Child. I mean, there's a lot of dudes out of Canada are real dope.
Yep. See, Mad Child's from Vancouver, where we're from. So
yeah, and they what's his name? 80. They actually just did a couple collabs with
Mercury.
Ebenezer.
Oh yeah, Evil Ebenezer.
Evil Ebenezer, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Mercury's too.
Oh, Mercury's too, yeah.
Mercury's, not about Mercury's. He's hard.
He's vicious. He's vicious.
Yeah, and he's just from across the bridge right here, so 10-minute drive.
Okay. So Vancouver is like south or north?
Yeah. It's I'm a 2-hour drive from my house to Seattle. So
that's dope.
So we're super
out
close.
here in California, so it's like I'm in LA right now, from the Bay Area originally.
Yeah.
It's like a whole state away though. It's like different worlds, right? I mean, it's a 6-hour drive just to get from LA, in the heart of LA, to, if you want to go to Oakland, if there's traffic, it might even take you 6.5, 7 hours.
Yeah, I've done that drive. I've done that drive before, all the way down to San Diego from Huntington Beach. So.
Oh, so you've been out to Cali a lot too?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I like to go there all the time. More of a Mexico guy. I enjoy going to trips to Mexico. I just
went to Tijuana actually fucking like 2-3 weeks ago. It was a blast. But the police was fucking with me because I was smoking some weed that made me famous.
Yeah.
No bullshit. I was like, they know fuck out my trip.
Yeah, I like Cabo.
I haven't been there.
Oh, that's a great place.
I haven't been out of the country yet, but if I do, I want to either go to Jamaica or I wanted to go to Amsterdam, but now I want to go to Mexico. I don't know why.
Rich, it's funny you said that. I was actually thinking about doing an Amsterdam trip because I got a partner out there, and he got a whole studio, DJ Mortez. Shout out to the homie. Right. And he was like, "Oh man, I got a studio. You come crash. It's all good. It's all love." And we can't fly. We can't even go. our passport as U.S. citizens is worth nothing right now.
Yeah.
So literally, like Mexico was one of the only, at least that was viable for me to go do. You know, because I was like, I got a gang of stuff done this year. I've had a lot of wins this year, and I've had a lot of losses. You know, I've spent a lot of, you know what I'm saying? We lost some real close people. Shout to rest in peace, Damon Gates, a label mate. Lost a business partner, my homie Jeff. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of ups and downs. We had some successes. We did the World Star video. You know, I did a single with the Residents that we did 2 months ago, and the Shade 45 thing. I think we did 160,000 streams on Spotify now. But you know, it's been a little all over the place. So I was just like, I need a break. So I said, fuck it, we gonna run with Mexico.
Right. Hey, so I wanted to talk about this, man. Because you did some music even with Spice One and Recognize. I want to really talk about the Antidote. How was it making the Antidote, bro? Because that's one of my favorite mixtapes.
That's crazy, man. You know, that one is so slept on too, because at that point in my career, I didn't really, so when Rick was my actual manager, like I said, he was never someone that sold me dreams or was like, I'm gonna do this and get you this and this and that. He was like, you have to go do these things on your own, and I'm gonna be right here supporting you from whatever you need, because I'm your mentor, and is whatever you need, you know. So I wasn't doing a lot of the business end on things like that, of like monetizing those records. They really didn't get the justice that they needed. But again, I feel it's all a matter of right time and place, because obviously I've come a long way since then. There's some good material on that product. I mean, you know, not project, but if you ask me like about the Antidote, if I listen to the Antidote right now, I'm gonna probably tell you it's not that good. But then I'm like, oh,
it was good, bro. You had people on there, including old dude from the Horseshoe Gang, man. I'll be bumping the shit out of Horseshoe Gang, bro. And
Dice go crazy. So we actually remixed that joint. We're bringing that back for the Elixir. I'm gonna be out to y'all exclusive, because I actually have not even spoke about that publicly. But we got the Resin Brothers, 80 Empire. So they doing the chorus on there. We got me, my partner Strick from Old Souls. We got Dice, and we got a crooked verse, an old crooked verse that I've never monetized. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's real dope. It's called Right Now.
Do you have a dream venue that you would love to perform in?
Dream venue. Top of my head. Really, if there was anything I could do, I want to be able to, because I've done plenty of clubs and stuff. I just want to do like a festival, not like a venue. I want to do like DMX. How you guys remember where it was like looks like he doing? I think it was like not Woodstock, but
I thought it was Woodstock.
Woodstock, yeah. It's like performing in front of a country. Yeah. Like it was so crazy. And shout out to DMX. I mean, he was one of the ghosts back in the day. For surely, it's so crazy just to see the ups and downs that artists can have. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you always have to be humble, and I'm always humble. You know.
Right.
Do you have a favorite song or not song? A favorite verse of yours?
A favorite verse of mine that I rapped. That not off the top of my head. I mean, it changes. So you know, it might be yesterday, but it might have been one I did 3 days ago. You know, vice versa. So it changes up. But I like to keep the more conscious stuff. You know, like more of the storytelling bars, stuff like that.
And I think
shout out to what's his face? You had a DJ tell you how did that feel to get your name brought up with with Rick Ross on the Drink Champs, bro? How did that feel?
It was crazy, man. Because it's funny. I was out in Miami. I did my first video, and that's who I was working with was EFN. So he was a mentor to me too at one point, and was always a big homie. Always showed me a lot of love. And he just happened to, I had them link up from like 9 years ago. So I'm just out of the blue. I saw Rick. He had posted a clip that Rick was going to be going up on Drink Champs, and I shot DJ FN a DM like, "Oh, dope, y'all did it." And he's like, "Oh, He's like, wait, bro, I shouted you out. I was like, oh shit. So yeah, that was crazy because that thing got like 1 million views. So yeah,
dude. And they all said yeah too, and that's crazy. All of them, including Noriega, was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that love, bro.
I love Nori. He kind of cut it short though at that part.
I know. I know. We got still love Nori. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Love Noriega, you know what I'm saying? He did a little on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did see that interview as well. I saw that, and where he's like, "Oh, you know RX."
Yeah, man, it was really cool. Really cool to see that.
Yeah,
it's like the things you do that they might be 10 years later, 5 years later, but it all accumulates. And hard work, it's like that's why a lot of people don't understand. I've been around since I was 19, like proactively working at this. I've struggled with addiction. I've struggled with PTSD. I've had a lot of shit going on in my life, so I've had good years where I've done really well, and I've had a lot going on, and then I've had years where I just wasn't all the way in it, right? So it's to be able to be just present in the game is you got to cherish that moment and
doing what you love, man, because you doing what you love, bro, and you're a to me listening to music, bro. You're that's for my interest because my interest is good, bro, and I'm always right. You're gonna be one of them, dog. So keep pushing that.
I appreciate you, bro. I mean, I humble myself and I say I'm not the GOAT, but then there's other times I'm like, hey, shit, I'm the GOAT. And you know what? If you're an artist, you gotta
have that mentality, man. Remember when Kobe Bryant had that Mamba mentality? You gotta have the RX, the antidote medication mentality.
Exactly. If you don't believe it, why would they? You know.
Fact.
And right on cue, I got a question. Would LeBron, Jordan, or Kobe?
You know, to be honest, bro, I'm not really a big sports fan.
Oh, okay. I'll skip the sports question.
It's funny. I am just so into hip hop.
And working.
Other than hip hop, I really don't have. I mean, women. That's about my only interest.
Fact.
And I like shoes. I like 11s. I like.
Okay. Then, I got one for you.
I'm not materialistic. I don't care about watches. I don't give a fuck about jewelry and all that. I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got one for you. If you could pick out of the MCs, who would you smash?
Wait, you said if I could pick out of the MCs to battle with?
Yeah, Who would you crush?
Let's see. Well, I don't think I would come for anybody, to be honest, just because I'm not a battle rapper and that's not my lane. But I mean, are you saying like because so look, you know how you
might be in the booth here's this. You in the booth, it's friendly competition.
Okay, for friendly
you gotta go head to head with somebody. And you know what I'm saying? And the mentality, you're gonna be like, oh damn, your bar is this. You know what I'm saying?
I say probably no, not Cool G Rap because he'd outdo me. he'd outdo me. And not
Daily with that one.
You know what? I probably let me think on that one. Who would I really want to battle?
See, I thought you guys were talking about
maybe Locksmith.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason why is because I reached out to him a few years ago for a feature. He just never hit me back. So now if he sees this friendly competition, I know you got some bars on me. You vicious.
Yeah, I thought you guys were talking about chicks when you're like, who do you want to smash?
You said smash, so I wasn't sure what you meant.
Hey, if you had to do it, we can talk about that too.
Hey,
and hip hop, Megan Thee Stallion or Sweetie.
Hey, where's Trina?
I gotta go with neither one of those and just say no disrespect. I know I can't talk about no man's wife, Megan Thee Stallion. I was gonna say some other female in hip hop. Right. And God rest her soul, but if I could have been with Aaliyah, she was like the most beautiful woman in the world.
You know, I like Eve.
I would do that.
Eve was bad.
I was my wife for years until she died. Man, that broke my heart. It felt like I did. I died when she died.
That's why I hate flying. I hate flying.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, I'm spiritual, but as soon as I get on that flight, that little turbulence coming, God, Jesus, get me home. Thank you.
Right.
Oh yeah.
God, spiritual in 36 seconds.
Yeah. Every time I'm on a plane, I'm holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, who is Buki?
Oh, so Bookie is my current manager, Bookie
Okay.
Billion. He actually has done a lot of stuff. He got me up on a FM radio for the first time in Atlanta with Rambo. Shout out to the Wrecking Crew All Stars. Big shout out to them boys, 91.1 FM out there in Atlanta, REK. So Bookie been with me about 2.5, 3 years now. So
Okay.
and also he got another artist or producer under him by the name of Dream Chaser. So y'all look out for this kid. He's from Poland. He is vicious. So we got a little collaborative project we'll probably be doing sometime next year, and I'm looking forward to that a lot. So it's be some real dope stuff.
Hey, do you have a favorite drink?
Favorite drink, Scotch whiskey, brother. Macallan.
Oh, okay.
Now if my budget, were enough, I'd say it's probably something higher up, like a 50-year Macallan. But with them scotches, they start to get 1,000, 2,000. But at this point, I try to not. I stay away from the whiskey. Try to keep it more water or here and there. Because
how did music play a big part in your life growing up?
Sorry about that, fellas. I had to deny a call.
Oh, you didn't hear the question then.
Oh yeah.
How did music play a part in your life growing up?
Man, it was really got me through everything. It was like, how could I say it? Like every time I hear a certain song from the past, it will bring back that actual moment for me and make me feel joy, like from that moment. Like I totally would never think of a certain time or place, right? Maybe like the first time that you knocked a chick, first time you smoked a blunt, but you probably listening to music.
Yeah.
So that's how I correlate that is painful times, positive times, everything. Like music is just it's always been there, especially in the Bay Area. We were so proud. I was like growing up to that hyphy movement, and it didn't get the huge recognition that we thought it was gonna get. But Mac Dre fucking, you saw him on church with Big and Pop. And these guys were independent. Like they didn't have the machines behind them. They were doing it out the trunk.
Yep.
That's
really
true.
Doing $1 million in the street. Like that's crazy. Yeah.
And you think the songs that people always like are the songs they started getting laid by.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go back to me, it's like Bone Thugs and Harmony. I love Crossroads is one of my favorite songs. Like,
yeah.
I remember where I was when I smashed to that song.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I remember the first shit I ever heard, man, that made me love hip hop, bro. I'm gonna tell you, was and that was the first CD I listened to top to bottom was 2 Live Crew. Greatest hits.
Yeah.
Wait,
my first hip hop album I ever got, actually, it was funny. I was talking about this last night. Was No Way Out, the Puff Daddy album, and because and the dude was talking, he was like, "What does explicit mean?" He was like, "What was your first?" My first hip hop name when I was way younger was Explicit. Stupid ass name.
That motherfucker was hard though. Hey, they had the one song with what was that shit with Genuine and Twist?
Senorita, you talking about I'll Be Missing or Send You? Which one was it? Can't think off the top of my head.
It kind of like was like they got it from a New Edition. Where is the end or something like that? I forgot what it was. That was
ringing a bell right now. But my point with that is that that album. I was talking about that just last night. I was like, I had the orange version because I was only 6, 7 years old. I got it for my birthday. I think it was 6th or 7th birthday. The birthday present from a friend. And so I had the orange version. So that was my way of explaining explicit.
Yeah, my first album was Salt and Pepper with the fucking The shoot Beirut. That's fucking.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a dope motherfucking album though.
Yeah, but I'm old as fuck now.
So Rick, you
What's that?
34, right?
37.
Okay. And then Rich, and how old are you? 34, 35?
33.
Okay.
I'll be 34 next year.
Close to me. I'm 28. Feeling fucking 50, but still here, alive and well.
Facts. And tell me a little bit about I Know, man, because I like the video I Know too, bro. And that's one of my favorites too. I Know.
Bro, that record was so effortless, which is crazy. That is actually what kind of re-catapulted my buzz this year. Because like before this year, I didn't even really have a buzz. I was getting fucking 500 plays on YouTube, and I couldn't even get a video to do 1,000 because back in the day I was getting shit. But you know, again, when you're not consistent, if you're falling off, it doesn't continue to grow. So yeah, I'm sorry, just fucking lost my train of thought. What was the original question? My bad.
I was just saying how dope it was with the I Know and stuff. And tell me a little bit. And we was on, and it's crazy too. I wanted to talk about this, bro, because we was on the same album. Because you did a song with B Style. Shout out to my brothers B Style on the Hillbilly album. How was it working with Billy at that time? You know what I'm saying? Because I was on like the intro, and it's crazy because Uncle Freeway was on the outro, which I'm gonna hopefully talk to him about that too, because it's crazy that we've all been on the same thing and we finally get to come together now. You know what I'm saying? How was that like?
It was a trip, bro. Because it was like 7 degrees of separation or whatever the term is. I probably butchered that, but I didn't even realize when we was chopping it up through Instagram, and then we got to chopping it up. I'm like, dude, cool as hell. We got the networking. I
feel love, man.
We've been in the same circles for 10 years.
For years, man.
With I Know though, to second that, what we was talking on that, it was so crazy because it was so effortless. That and that's what I realized is the records sometimes that I'm like trying to put all this work into and all this time don't actually come out as good as the ones where cause that one I was like, I wrote the third verse literally 15 minutes before went into the studio. I'm in my car writing this shit. That's why in the third verse in the video, I'm actually in the car like writing it. You see it, but it was just like hella just laid back. Like I barely tried on that record, and just something about it resonated. That fucking beat on that thing was crazy.
It was hot, bro. Yeah. I was like, and I was already listening to the antidote, but then when I heard that too, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be beast mode every time he gets on the mic. I mean, man, the many styles, man. Like, man, the many styles. I give him his roses, like I give you. And
he's coming right now. He's coming right now.
Who?
B Styles.
Oh,
is he?
He'll be here. He'll be here in a second. He just pressing.
Hold up. There you go.
Oh snap!
He's on his way. He messaged me to ask you, RX, to tell a good story about Rick in it.
Okay, let's see. I mean, I got a lot, but let's see. One of the interesting times with Rick. Rick is like such a humble guy, and like just like I've been around a lot of stars, man. So like they're just like no fucking different than us.
Right,
literally.
me too.
But for me, though, like Rick is like a higher level being. Right. I mean, it's a guy that made $1 billion, couldn't even read, and taught himself how to read in prison and got himself out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just it's whole nother levels to that shit. But it was one time, you know, me being the little dude, I'm only like 5'7", so I was always getting tested, having to scrap. You know, I ain't never been one to use weapons. I've been stabbed, but I never stabbed no one. I never did gangster shit. I've always held my own and been around gangsters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so I'm 19 at the time, and or 19 or 20, something like that. And me and Rick, you know, I've been around him plenty at this point. I've been seeing him at least 15, 20 times how people like react when they see him, right? And they see him and they're like in awe, like he's a god, because they really he on that level. Right. But it was one time we happened to just go by a shop, and it was this dude that he had known. I don't even remember who the dude was. And the dude was like, I need this, and he was just like, I'll get it to you later. And then dude was like, no, I need it now. And I'm like, so I just hopped out the whip hella quick because I had never seen anyone talk to Rick in any way other than like utmost fucking respect. So I not realizing this is like Rick's homie of like probably 20 years. I get out the car and I just start making what's happening kind of low key, and then Rick just looks back like, get the fucking car, dude. Come here. And I felt dumb as hell. So I was like, all right, and I did not need to do that. Rick does not need my protection. I can assure you that.
And that's for sure. You were
still, you know what I'm saying? You still was like, yo, what? You know what I'm saying? Even in the song, I'm still holding my own.
Exactly.
Right.
And like you were saying, everybody looks at him. I'm the same way. I look at him as like this godly figure. And again, when he put me on the phone with him the other day, it was very humbling that he even took the time to even talk back to me. You know.
Yeah, and we'll circle back on that too, man. We'll make that happen. So
yeah, we'll get him up. We'll get him on the show. Hopefully,
it's a blessing, man. Blessing, because even with me, I was still like feeling like, even when I told you on the phone, RX, I was like, dude, I was nervous, but at the end of the time, I was so happy at the same time because it's Oak, man. I finally get to talk to Oak, but also it was just like, yo, I get this, you know, he just like us. Like I was just like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? I give him his roses because, you know, that's what a true definition of a king and royalty rules is.
With Rick,
all of them.
Yeah, with Rick, it's like I in general, I just happen to, I don't do it intentionally or to be disrespectful. I find myself, because I'm a fast thinker, so I talk a lot. So sometimes I don't hear everything, right? But I notice with Rick, I'm always listening a lot more than I'm talking. You know what I mean? Because whatever the fuck I gotta say, this dude, whatever he's saying, is a lot more important. So I'm really close when I'm speaking to Rick, and it's even so knowing him for 10 years, it's still humbling talking to God. You know what I mean? So I had put Rick and Rakim on the phone, you know, about 2 or 3 months ago, and like for most people that like they think about Rakim like that, say like, I mean he's a God in his own God in his own lane, for sure. But I'm saying Rick is, to me, just like a whole nother level. It's like, yeah.
Look who's here.
$1 billion. You can't deny. He made $600 million in the '80s, and that it equates to like some odd like $1 billion. So I think $1 billion one, or I don't know the exact numbers, but if you close to $1 billion man, that's hustle, man. And it's crazy because right when he got out of prison, I'm seeing he's doing so many different hustles. He got 8 different things going. He got a trucking company, selling hair, shirts. I mean, I just been into doing my merch this year. I realized the importance of it. I spent so many years just thinking, all right, I'm this dope MC. I'm just gonna get $1 million deal. Someone's just gonna hand me these millions. Let me just always focus on the craft because I'm so into the craft, right? But it's so much more though than that, and it really is. You could be the best rapper in the world, and you might get lucky. You might be like Big Sean and just pull up. I think it was Kanye he pulled up on, right, and got a deal. Yeah, stuff like that does still happen, but it ain't just gonna happen like that. You could be the dopest lyricist in the world right now. We don't even know who he is just because we haven't discovered him.
Right. Yeah, we got B-Style.
Like I said, rest in peace, Damian Gates. Like his album. So that's my former brother, you know what I'm saying, that passed away from the coronavirus a couple months ago. And he passed away a month after dropping his album on Be Okay, bro. A month after he passed away. And literally, it just breaks my fucking heart that he get millions of views. Like there are some songs on this album. I'm like, this shit should be Grammy nominated.
Right.
You know who my favorite artist is? His name's B-Styles.
I've heard of him.
What up, bro?
Where you at?
Hey, what it do? What it do? What it do, man? What it do, RX?
Salute to the kid, man. Good to see you, bro. Good to see your face.
Hey, it's good to see you too. Hey, that's my fan bam right there, man.
Bro, hey, it was such a trip, bro, because we was rapping through Instagram, and then as soon as you mentioned your name, it was like,
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's bad.
I'm fucking with that.
I'm glad you got the time to take the time today, bro. Yo, much love you, man.
Oh man, I just been, you know what I'm saying, trying to stay busy, man. A lot going on with the whole pandemic and election shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to key in on something that RX said that I learned from Rick too was the merchandise game, and a lot of times, man, like if anybody who know Rick, man, if you ever around Rick and you talking too much, you missing out. I'd be quiet. I'd be paying attention like to everything. You hear me? Like everything. So that's always been a blessing. And then at the same time too, like, man, I got to meet a whole bunch of people that I wouldn't even know, like all because of Rick. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I wouldn't even know RX if it wasn't for Rick. And look,
yeah, for me too. Crooked Eye, my favorite rapper,
bro.
Exactly, bro. It's a trip. It's literally
get the chance to be, you know what I'm saying? Get the chance to do all this with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about the hillbilly, bro, and we was just talking about the hillbilly. He was like, "Oh, well, Bill." He's like, "Well, Styles is coming on." I was like, "The man of many styles is coming with us."
And B was always the one guy that it's always that one guy. It's like, okay, I better if I do the collaboration with him, I better watch him. He better send me his verse first.
No,
that's a fact.
No, straight artistry.
You want to be that because back then I didn't have the autonomy or the ability. You've always been able to do the singing and a good rap. You know, now
listen.
And stuff too. But that's what I was admired about.
For the first time, we was at, I think we was in LA. The first time I met you, we was in LA at we was getting ready to do a photo shoot. Rick was doing a photo shoot.
Saeed's shop, Rick's shop in Carson.
Yeah. Yup. And Jake was like, oh yeah, that's RX. And I was like, okay. He's like, no, that's RX. I was like, all right. Then let me see what it do. And I remember, bro, we was in the Hummer and he was playing some shit for me. And I was like, that was him? Like, for real? Like, oh shit. Like, Rick had a squad. Like, I'm like, bruh, like, what the
vicious. Hey, shout out to all the old homies too. Shady Doe, you know what I'm saying?
Shady. Tiptoe.
And everyone, you know what I'm saying? The whole squad. Shout out to everybody, man.
Man, that's to me, like that's one of the better times of my life, and I learned a lot. Like, I learned a hell of a lot, man. But look, I got one question for you because this is an interview. Although we sit up here, like it's
a family.
I got time right now.
We're just shooting the shit here. So
right.
All right. Let me ask this question though. Tell the people one good story that you got that with Rick.
I just asked him that one. I just asked him that right before he came on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I told you. Should I say it again or should
sure? Go for it.
So yeah, basically, I'll do a long story short this time. So B, it's like every time we was with Rick, we went anywhere. People speaking to Rick in the most utmost regard and look at him as a god because he is, in my opinion. Freeway Rick for president. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But this dude, he pulled up and it was a tire. It was like a tire shop or something. It was his partner though. I didn't know it was his partner, right? And basically, dude was like, "Nah, I need this now." And Rick was like, "I'll get you later." And but the way it wasn't even like malicious, but it was just how he said it, right? How this I've never saw anyone speak to him any way other than like very respectfully, and I didn't like his energy towards him, so I kind of popped up out the whip and was like, "What's happening?" And basically, Rick just looks back like, "Fuck back in the car, all right? Fuck's wrong with you?" Yeah. What's up, bro? Hold on, fellas, 1 second. Come on up. There you go. Sorry about that, fellas. What you saying?
All right, all good.
No, that's dope. That's super dope.
Yeah. So he was basically just like, "Man, You think I need? He said it with his eyes because you know Rick can say 3 things and it's gonna mean 3 words and you could decipher that in a deeper meaning. You know, and he was just like, "Get the fuck back in the car, all right." Yeah. I don't need your protection.
Yeah, well, after this pandemic's over, we all need to go to Mexico and have a all-inclusive trip together here.
No, and bro, for me, I'm actually hoping to go to Canada sometime early next year because I would love to shoot this video that I did for On Top with 80 Empire. We got that EP that's dropping next year, so I've always wanted to check out Canada, man. So
yeah, but you were saying they're from Toronto or Niagara Falls, right? So that's the East Coast. That's like comparing LA to New York, but
okay. So I'm terrible with geography, but like, how big is Canada as compared to like North America?
Probably
not North America, but America.
Yeah, North America is the same. It is Canada and U.S., but Canada. So like east to west, it's about the same size. Maybe north to south, it's not as big. But hey, we're right there. I'm a 2-hour drive, like I said, to Seattle.
Hell yeah!
That's where I met B one time too. We shot the videos down there.
Oh yeah, you were out there in Canada, huh?
Oh no, Seattle. They ain't gonna let me into Canada, bro.
Yeah.
I got these F's on my report card. They ain't trying to see that. Now we've been talking about sneaking in for some years now, but
yeah.
Well, you know, vacation is important, man. It's important to get out. It's like I try to do as much work as I can through the year, but like I said, you got to take a little time for yourself and just check out. And you know, normally, like I had actually went to Thailand in March, and this was like before, right? It was March 1st that I went, but I ended my trip early and came home because the coronavirus shit started getting really serious and they were about to lock it all down. And this chick had bought me a free ticket. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go. I ain't tripping off this little virus everybody talking about because this was like February where we had planned it out to go to Thailand. So that's actually shout out to DJ Mortez again. That's where I met homie over there. But yeah, man, it's just so relaxing to be able to just go to different places and have different culture and eat different food and just see how different ways that people live. And this last time, like, you know, it's good to go in groups, but I just did my last little trip when I went over to Mexico, solo dolo. I was like, shit, ain't nobody ready today. I'm going today. I need some me time.
Yeah.
You know?
I heard that.
Well, dude, Rick, Rich, you got anything or?
I'm over here just glad that I got both of all 3 of my brothers, as a matter of fact, on. Bro, I was about to say, with him singing, he know how he got his singing, but he's been singing for years, since CME days, when he had
Here we go.
And he been vicious. He been vicious too.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I'll put y'all on a little secret though. Me and RX do got something that's coming out here pretty soon. It'll probably be at the beginning of next year, and it's probably gonna fuck everybody up. I don't think they're really ready for that whatsoever.
Oh my God.
No, they're not. I'll tell you,
like whatsoever.
We need an EP. That's
yes, sir.
That's mandatory.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'll be ready for that one. Oh my God, I'll be ready for that one.
That's mandatory.
Hey, y'all. I got to get back to work. Y'all already know how I do. I'll just show y'all a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We up in here getting it down, getting it in real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. I stay busy. But y'all already know, man. Always love. I'm super glad to see RX up here, man. Like, man, dude's a vital ingredient, man. He's a vital ingredient.
Yeah, and we're all
I appreciate you, bro. We gonna rap later too, bro, because there's a couple things I want to rap with you about.
Got you.
And we're all Circle of Kings.
You know,
definitely, bro. Definitely.
Love you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, y'all.
Thanks, B.
Let it be.
Yeah, fellas. Hey, I've done a few interviews. This is probably my favorite one.
Hey,
Hey, this is one of my favorite ones, man.
Hey, that's how they always turn out. Everybody's always like, "Oh, okay, well, I only got 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then
We
I'm
got
gonna sit
10
and get
minutes,
going,
15
and you're here
minutes,
for an hour."
30 minutes, and we're doing it real good. And this is actually the best thing for real because this actually opened us up. Sometimes we'd be like, oh shit. Even when we're talking to people, we'd be like, oh shit, we were talking to them, but then we'd be like, they want to give kind of asshole questions, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't want to be like, they would be like, nah, we don't want it. We don't
Or
want
it's just
it.
it's like for instance, like Vlad, the questions he be asking, like it's like he not trying to get to know people.
Right. Right,
He
you
trying
gotta
to
get to know people. That's the
he
thing
trying to
we're
get people
doing,
like
and that's the thing.
yeah.
That's what we trying to do way better than Flag, and he's trying to be the investigator, looking like Cookie Monster
Yeah,
crime.
it's
You
like
know?
Yeah.
I love the music, but as a person, fuck him.
Yeah.
As a person, fuck him. You know, a man who's a legend shouldn't be talking the way he talks. He talks like a kid. So,
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. He is a legend too, but
facts.
yeah, you could be a legend, right? But it's cool to be a legend and be humble.
exactly.
Like going back to Rick,
Right.
I probably made this interview more about Rick than myself, but I got to give his flowers to him.
Got to.
He's one of the most humble guys I know, but he's really.
He needs to be on the top pedestal because that's what this is. You know what I'm saying? Because they all talk about the same stuff that he did. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean, and people will tell you. You know what I'm saying? NWA even said it themselves. You know of what they ingredients of talking about what they talk about, what they love right now, and substance and that, and that's a huge step. You know what I'm saying? The cats who talking all that crazy shit now, they don't even understand that they get the ingredients from that man himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great thing, bro.
One question here: is that show you've heard of that show Snowfall? Right? Is that about Rick?
Yeah, so it's actually a spin-off. Basically, they just used a different character name so they could not pay him. I mean, it's like it's crazy, bro, because right in 2009 when I first met Rick, they were gonna do like a movie type shit, like an actual movie. Now they did Crack in the System, which I was on the soundtrack for, the one that hit the Netflix, and they did Kill the Messenger, which wasn't directly on Rick's whole life. It was more on like the reporter and the behind the scenes stuff. But I mean, that movie never came out because, I mean, think about it. American Gangster, shout out to Frank Lucas and George Young. Those dudes that were 100 million and like 300 million, don't quote me, but they were not near what Rick's was. And also the story was not as interesting as the shit that Rick was in, right?
Yeah.
But it's too big for Hollywood.
Yeah,
the machines are not going to let that happen.
Right.
The show's fucking awesome, though.
There's much shitty about.
That show basically is a show that it's great, but they didn't pay homage though to who it's made off of. So it's sad to see that. You know, it's like that's just my opinion, but so I didn't actually fully finish it out because of that reason, but that was for my personal preference.
Right.
Yeah, I think coronavirus fucked it up. So
yeah, and I've seen a whole lot more TV this year than I ever have. This one, you know what I liked a lot was what was it called? It's a fighting show. It's like a UFC show. Kingdom.
I know what you're talking about. I think it's
super dope. That one was cool. What else have I watched recently? Dexter randomly. Yeah.
Oh my god, man, Dexter is the shit. Yeah. They're supposed to do a reboot.
Yeah. Oh, is that right? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, they're supposed to do a reboot. They said they're supposed to with the main character too. They might do it
weak because I loved the show, but to end off such a great series.
Yeah, it was weak as fuck. Yeah, he just looked like he rode off and then looked like he killed himself, and then next thing you know he was a lumberjack. Looked like a damn lumberjack.
And then again, but there's two sides. Like, how do you end a show like for instance like The Wire or The Sopranos, right? How do you end a show that good with just one episode? You know what I mean? Like So I get it. You know, I'm like, it makes sense.
Right.
You know.
Right. Even look at Power. They've got all those spin-offs now happening.
Power too. That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
Man,
mine too.
My favorite show ever is The Wire.
That's what really got us hooked up with everything, Power and fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, at first I wasn't too into Ghost, the book too. I started watching that one, but now I am, because I didn't like Tariq because he killed his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was what the fuck? But then now I'm like, all right, they're good at redirecting it, because now you're not thinking about. And that dude, shout out to him. He's an amazing actor. I think he's
they all are. They all are. Tell you the truth. They make you hate him and love him. Like, for real. It's just very authentic thing, man.
Yeah, that was a vicious role. And Tommy, too, that, in the show, too, he did real good on that.
Yeah, he did.
Tommy's got his own spin-off.
Speaking of acting, like, I was always told, like, man, you should get into that and try that. And just this year, recently, I came down and I saw an opportunity. So I did a feature in a movie. So I'm going to be coming out in a movie next year. It's called All Terrain. Okay. So I'm just kind of starting to branch off a little bit towards stuff like that too. So any producers tapped in right here, you know what I'm saying? Highlight you.
Right. I'm about to say too, because I'm about to say you did a little acting, Steve. I was like, okay. I've been known too. They always been wanting me to do it, and I'm gonna tell y'all this is crazy, because I'm glad that you brought it up, because I went to Cali and actually was supposed to talk to one of the main people who was on the Monique show. I think it was Monique at the time. She had her own show. And the professor, the professor used to date my cousin. My cousin was about to hook me up with him so I could do acting, because I was real good with the acting stuff, because they heard about me in drama class. I always used to get A's. That's the only A's I got was in drama class.
You do that, Rich, but you radio personality. But
I just hey, you never know though.
Thanks.
Do that though, bro.
Yeah, and I got the face for radio.
Yeah. Hey man, bro, y'all, man, what y'all doing here is dope, man. And I like that. It's like, it's kind of like, I don't want to. This is for lack of a better term. Marketing. You guys aren't just stuck. Sorry, my phone's been going off, so hopefully you can hear me. But you guys are doing the hockey stuff, and then the fighter stuff, and the hip hop, and then the stuff with Rick you're gonna do, and with Glaze, and I mean, there's different variables to it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't want to paint myself into a corner, so I wanted to be in every lane possible, swerving through it instead of staying in one lane. When you stay in one lane, there's doors that close. I don't want to have any doors closed. I want to open them all up. Exactly,
and that's with me and hip hop, bro. Too, it's like I have some records you wouldn't even think they're me, because I'm actually like I was, with B Styles. From the beginning, this dude could sing really well, and he could also rap really well. So I was the kid on the label that was like the spitter, right? But now I've gotten to that point where, like, there's some records where I don't even want to do any, like, hit them with a little bit of the fast, quick shit or the flexing or crazy cadences. I just want to find a melody. And then I realized for a while I was making too many of those records. So you got to find that in between,
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like I said, it's the shit you guys have heard, and that's what's been exposed to the world, which is out. Like, it's dope. It's my past, but I have about 100 to 200 songs just sitting in the archives in a vault right now that are all going to get released probably over the next year or two. So on top of what I am working towards over the next year, I have all this stuff that's like current. So a lot of people are not hearing shit that's like current 27, 28-year-old RX. 28, 26-year-old RX was a lot more evolved and a lot more woke, for lack of a better term, than I was at that time in my life. I mean, I thought a lot differently. It's like now I think a lot differently than I thought when I was 23, 22. When I was 22, I wanted to be the best fucking rapper in the world and flex on everyone and whoop, whoop, whoop. And now I'm like, shit, I just want to have a good life, be happy, make good music, and have a real following, like a strange music following. Because I'll take 1 million real fans, not supporters, right? Because you may get out of 100,000, only 10,000 out of those supporters that actually go buy your merch or go fucking get your album or whatever, right? But if you got that check, not a strange type, the strange music formula, you got real, the engagement levels and the loyalty is they're not gonna just be there for one song. They're gonna be lifelong fans. You know what I mean? So that's really what I'm aiming towards. Is what I've been building up is just like an organic, real, like people that really are interested in my story, not just one song, but like every song. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
That's great stuff.
Prince, I need to wrap this up. I got to go to hockey.
No doubt.
Go ahead, man. Hey, it's a blessing and an honor to talk to you, bro. And shout out to everybody, man. Roses, and shout out to Billy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, tell them, you know what I'm saying, where they can get you and what's next, and plug down. You got to plug the album this month.
Well, first of all, it's an honor and a privilege too. Ryan, really appreciate you having me on the show, Rich. We definitely gonna rap later too. Quick shout out I do want to give to my little brother Trey Stacks, who's down right now. So definitely everyone wish him well. And then you can find me on and then other quick shout out Jamaican Tony. Shout out to my guy Polo the Playboy. And then as far as my links, the best way to find me would be RX the Rapper on Instagram, and then vice versa on YouTube, it's the Rapper RX. So you just switch it around. So Instagram RX the Rapper, YouTube is just the Rapper RX, and then on Spotify it's RX. And I'm actually working on updating that on Spotify to RX the Rapper, but you'll be able to find it with RX. So.
Yep.
Yo, it's your boy RX. I only touch greatness and bad bitches, but not hoes that's basic. Salute. We out here.
All right, dude. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you.
Hey, and also if you could reach out to Rick for me, that'd be great.
Today, brother. Most definitely.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, RX.
All right, fellas.
I'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, later, guys.
All right, later.
All right, fellas.
Hey.